We live. Oh boy, oh boy, oh man. Let me. I'm more excited today. Last time we were streaming, I was a little tired, but we bike. Yeah, let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. Oh my god, y'all. So we got people as they follow. You already know how we get it. You already know people following a little bit late. Everything's good. Levels is good. Everything is Gucci. Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang. What up, YouTube? It's your boy DGP, the Great Patriot, back here with another Patriots review video stream for you guys. We talk about these highlights, dab on them, and we have to face the Oakland Raiders today, coming off a bye week. So was it was coming off a bye week too. Yeah, man, lit up the Raiders defense. It was a murder, bro. They took the game off of TV, bro. That's how bad it was. But let's get into it. So again, as you guys don't know, I'm DGP, the Great Patriot. How you doing? Be sure to like, subscribe, comment, all that great stuff, man. Sit down, be comfortable. Take your socks off, take your shoes off, keep your socks on. Some of y'all guys, we ain't gonna get into all that. But yes, shout out to you, Sydney, unstoppable. When we play this, bro, when this team this team's something serious, man. Like I was telling people, man, Tom Brady, the pre-play adjustments he was making this game was unreal, man. And like I said before, it could be in America, it could be in England, it could be in Mexico, Canada, it could be in Australia, it can even be on Mars, and Tom Brady going got you up, everything. That's pretty much the 3 guarantees of life: taxes, death, and Tom Brady dotting up your defense. So let's get it. Yeah, we crushed the Raiders, but let's talk about the quick points before we get into the reviewing the game. Reviewing the individual group performances. But let's talk about this game first. So coming into this game, I wasn't really too worried about it. And again, I got to start dropping these Patriot Keys videos again, man. I've been kind of slacking a little bit. Goal of this week, I'm going to have Patriot Key videos for you guys this week. That's my goal. But so, going into this game, though, I really wasn't that too worried. And also, I ain't trying, toot my own horn, but, the Patriots gave me a birthday gift. My birthday was yesterday, Saturday, and I really was going to do a video for you guys. I just ran out of time, been busy with work and celebrating. So, boy in the Dub Club, gang, Gucci, we lit. But let's talk about the game. Y'all want to hear about my life. Let's talk about this game. So we started out good. Came down first drive. I think Brady went 9 for 9, I want to say, on the first drive. He was cooking. He was eating, scored a touchdown. And then that was pretty much it, the game right there. As soon as we scored, we just took off, man. Stopped the Raiders again. They was getting great run performances by Marshawn Lynch. He was killing us, averaging about 6 yards a carry. He had 11 carries for 67 yards. Some people say, why don't you run the football well? What happens is they ran it. They get to 32, maybe 35. We get off the field. We up 14-0. Now we go 17-0 thanks to Steven Gostkowski at the end of the first half, kicking a 62-yard field goal that if it was a 70-yard field goal, he still would have made that. The altitude was a factor in it. Everybody knows in Denver, the altitude is a big factor in it, where you can kick field goals longer. It makes it easier to kick field goals because of the altitude. Well, in Mexico, the altitude is more than it is in Denver. So, people typically, when they kick their 60-yard field goals in Denver, it seems like they have a couple more yards to spare. Like they could have kicked like a 60-yard, it could have been like a 62, 63. This 62-yard field goal could have been a 70-yard field goal. Like, it was just crazy how much it traveled. And, going into the half, that's just icing on the cake. So then after that, we come out the second half, come down the field, and we just score again. And that was pretty much it. They got to start passing the football now. And, they didn't score until basically garbage time in the fourth quarter, where I'm not going to say it was the end of the game, but like end of the fourth quarter when we're already up by about 30 points at this point. So it was garbage time. So let's talk about Brandon Cooks, man, getting past the defense on 2 separate occasions, actually 3 occasions. Brady just overthrew him on one of them. But the first occasion was when he beat him towards the left sideline. Brady overthrew him, and I was like, yeah, Brady, so sometimes when I'd rather have a quarterback overthrow the football than underthrow a football on the deep ball. Brandon Cooks, you just got to give Brandon Cooks the opportunity to make a play. Brady didn't do that. It's all good. But the second time, man, it was basically pretty much a seam route up the middle. Brandon Cooks just went past, split the defense, split the safeties, caught it in stride, got tackled right after, and I believe that was a 52-yard. It was like at least a 50-yard play right there. And then coming out in the second half, on the second play in the second half, you see Brandon Cooks. They're picking on that rookie safety who I'm not going to try to pronounce his name. I'm just going to say his name. His first name was Obi. Obi Malif. When I see, I tried to mess up. Number 20 from the Raiders. He's typically a safety, but today they had him playing corner because I think injuries is what was happening, man. Look at that guy that punched him. Yeah, Johnny Holter. He was mad, man. You know, set in. And guys, disclaimer. We got 9 people. Shout out to y'all. Disclaimer, man. Kid, you see that mod in that chat? He's a troll. And speaking of mods, I got to add my boy Famous, man. You know, Famous Stars. That's my boy. Go ahead, check him out. He's a mod. But don't fall into the bait. KDG, he's a Packer fan. Their team is broken. They don't have their quarterback. The football guys do not say anything bad about him. No wish injuries. Don't bring him injuries. Do not do anything. Football guys are always watching. And, you know, word to kid that he knows about football guys. But, you know, Brady and Cooks was on the same page again. They missed a couple times. I know one play Brady kind of threw it a little bit behind Brandon Cooks. Couldn't get it, and then there was another time when he overthrew him. So, you know, they was pretty much on sync this whole time, though, and that's what I love about this team, man. You got Brandon Cooks, who can go off at any point in time. You got a Gronkowski, who, again, not always on the stat sheet, makes a factor, whether it's a 3rd and 8, and we kind of hold Gronkowski because they can't stop him one-on-one. The linebacker holds him, which leads to a touchdown by I think it was Deion Lewis, want to say it was, or it was the Amendola touchdown. Actually, no, it was the Deion Lewis touchdown. Yeah. So, you know, you get a 3rd down, and then you get a 55-yard penalty, which leads to a touchdown. And then you know, you're in double coverage. You get a Gronkowski, you can do it in double coverage. So him blocking as well. So it's not always on the stat sheet. If you watch the game, his presence means a lot. But again, like I said, Brandon Cooks, he can give you, like today, 149. Gronkowski, any given day, can give you 8 receptions, 80 yards, and a touchdown or 2. You can have Amendola, or when Chris Hogan comes back, a guy does not know that can get you 100 yards on like 8 catches. So, and then Deion Lewis or James White that can get you about 8-10 catches at a time, which is an extension of the running game. So this offense is just so much. It's a lot of things that we can do with it. And it just kind of showed today. The week before, when we played the Broncos, that was more so a team thing. You know, we had Gronkowski go off against the Jets. We've seen Brandon Cooks, what he did against the Texans. And again, Brandon Cooks, man, I've said this from the beginning. People kept saying Brady can't throw the deep ball. But I was trying to tell y'all, we never had a deep threat. The deep threat was Rob Gronkowski, and we just don't want to keep feeding him because we know how much his injury concerns are. So when we got Brandon Cooks, I said, bet this is going to open up the deep threat again. I said it's going to be Randy Moss-esque. Like, I wasn't going to say he was Randy Moss. He was going to be like Randy Moss. It was going to be Randy Moss-esque, like where he can stretch the field, which leaves room open for Danny Amendola. That's why you see him with 8 receptions, 66 yards, and with Gronkowski too. So Brandon Cooks, man, just killed today. Dwayne Allen got into it. Rex Burkhead had that fumble. We're going to talk about that in a little bit. And Martellus Bennett, man, he's caught every pass this year so far that I've seen him in. So I don't know what was happening in his former team, which was Green Bay. I don't know what was happening in Green Bay. He still has that shoulder injury. He doesn't really get in that much. He doesn't get in that much because he still has that shoulder injury. But, you know, he's playing well, in my opinion. He's been playing great. Yeah, so in his 2 games with the Patriots, 3 receptions, 3 targets. I mean, he doesn't look like he's running fast at all. Most of the catches is just him off of drag routes, just him in the flats and everything. But I mean, if he can just make a couple plays, gets us 5 yards on a couple of first downs and everything, that, you know, I'll take that. I'll do that. So yeah, man, let's talk about these position groups. So Tom Brady, man, went 30-37 today, man. And on that last touchdown to Danny Amendola, man, that touchdown, just watch that play. Don't watch the post play. Watch the pre-play. Tom Brady, so he's up there for like 10, 15 seconds. Doesn't like what he sees. Call the timeout. Okay. Well, you know, find something that you do like. Then comes out again. Spends the whole play clock just redirecting traffic, just throwing out signals, just no, you do this. And you can even see him and Amendola, they on the same page, man. Amendola, like, you sure you want to do this? And he was like, we got this, man. Do this. It's going to work. Brady hikes it. Pressure comes to the left side. He slides over to the right where nobody's there. Looks for the back end zone. Look for Amendola. Throws it to the back of the end zone. Dola catches it. 1-2. And, you know, that's a touchdown, man. That was just that's just Tom Brady at his finest, man. The pre-play reads that he makes, everything is so precision, has to be perfection. But he wasn't perfect today. Again, he had 7 incomplete, so I can't say it's perfect. But I'm giving Tom Brady 8 performance for this game. Another MVP-like performance. Did his job. Did everything great. Running backs, man. Let's take Mike Gillislee has yet to get a snap since his fumble for real. Besides the game, he came back later in that game, but he's in the doghouse. Rex Burkhead, you're lucky. I don't know why Belichick loves him so. Rex Burkhead, I don't understand why. He's nice. He's okay, but if he didn't fumble, he gets more touches than Dion Lewis. Dion Lewis, man, is our best running back. We have to keep feeding him. I'm preaching it every day. Dion Lewis. Like, we need to get Dion Lewis as much touches as we can. James White has fallen off on his touches as well, too, because they keep putting Rex Burkhead in there. Like, let Dion Lewis, let Sweet Feet, James White, do his thing. But, I mean, hey, that's the Belichick running backs, man. Anybody can go off. Anybody's going to do something. Like I said, against the Saints, you see Rex Burkhead get a touchdown. Or last week, you see Burkhead with a touchdown. Then you see White with a touchdown. You see Lewis get a kickoff return. So, I guess it just varies like that. But to me, I just like seeing White and Lewis just because I feel like when they're out there, it's more continuity, in my opinion. But the running backs, though, if you have to take them in total, Dion Lewis averages 6 yards a carry. Pretty good job. He also got 28 yards through the receiving and a touchdown. So about 88 yards total and a touchdown. Can't complain on that. James White didn't really do anything. He dropped the pass. And Rex Burkhead had 4 catches for 21 yards, as well as that fumble. So, you know, they did a decent job as a collective unit. If I had to do Dion Lewis by himself, I give him a B+. But, you know, since we had to do everything inclusive, I'm going to give them a C+, just because, you know, James White really didn't make an impact today. And then Rex Burkhead with that fumble. Actually, I'm sorry, B- because James White really wasn't in that much. I'm going to do it a B-. He didn't really have an impact. And Rex Burkhead with that fumble. Thank goodness for Dwayne Allen recovering, who's been making more of an impact these past 2 weeks than he has all season. So giving him a B-, man. Rex Burkhead really kind of carried y'all down. Let me know your thoughts down below in the stream. We got 10 people watching, man. Only 5 likes. Let's get this up. Moving on to these wide receivers, man. As I said earlier, and I preached it, we still don't have Chris Hogan. Malcolm Mitchell, I heard he should be back. Wait. That wasn't. I'm thinking somebody else. Malcolm Mitchell, I still have yet to hear anything about Malcolm Mitchell, man. Let me look that up, actually. I've yet to hear anything on Malcolm Mitchell because he was eligible to play since the Bronco game, and that's when Hogan went down. I thought he would be kind of back. Let's see real quick. Malcolm Mitchell. He's still recovering from his injury. Still looking at these books. I don't see anything on Malcolm Mitchell return. So they're keeping that small. They're not even really talking about that. So Malcolm Mitchell is not really being talked about. Money Mitch. Yeah, man. Money Mitch. Tell BB we'll give him with the 20. So hey, listen, Special, shout out to you coming through. You know, when I left guard a while back, like this was 2010, I want to say, or 11. I left guard Logan Man because he played the whole season with a torn ACL. So I mean, it can be done, probably not for a quarterback, but it can be done playing on torn ACL. Yeah, Randy, on to Miami, and I'm gonna get to the schedule after I finish this game. I'll talk about the upcoming schedule and just how this is different than most years. Had this guy to tell you. What happened to who? Who are you talking about? What happened to? You're trolling. I don't care. Money Mitch, man. Yeah, Money Mitch is he's still that dude, man. Like I said, when he's back on that field, man. Just the receivers that we have. You can have Mitchell, who again can just come out of nowhere, get you a good 8 catches. You can have I see now. Shout out to Famous because he made it clear. All right, 50 Cent. Shouldn't you be at the Brooklyn Nets game? Why are you looking at my stream, 50? I see you, 50. I see you, 50. But yeah, man, these receivers, they did a great job. I'm giving them an A for this performance, man. Dola, because we really only have 3 receivers. Actually, for being honest, we only have 2 receivers because Philip Dorsett doesn't do anything. I thought he was going to do something because he had the speed. I said maybe in the screen game, maybe some stuff down the field, but he hasn't really been that way. I don't know why we're not using him in the screen game just to get him speed or kickoff return. Listen, I don't know. That's a fail. If Kid wanted to call Brandon Cooks Ocho, you can call Philip Dorsett Ocho Cinco. That's Ocho right there. That's the Ocho of the team. Hopefully Philip Dorsett gets a feel for it, man, because once these guys come back, once Hogan comes back, and once Malcolm Mitchell comes back, and I think Philip Dorsett also was there too, just because insurance, because Edelman was gone, and then you still have Hogan and Amendola, who was injured at the time, just for insurance, because at one time our only healthy receiver was Cooks and him, so he's more so insurance. Anyways, back to the receivers. 2 receivers, Brandon Cooks, 6 receptions, 149 yards, a touchdown. Dola, 8 receptions, 6 yards and a touchdown. Can't complain on that. So I'm giving them an A on this performance. If Dorsett contributed anything, it would have been an A+, but he's done it. Moving on to the tight ends, man. We got Rob Gronkowski, 3 receptions, 36 yards. And again, it's not all in the stats, man. Dwayne Allen, 2 receptions, 24 yards. He had a big first down, and he also recovered that fumble that Rex Burkhead created. And Martellus Bennett, Marty B, 3 receptions, 15 yards, man. Shout out to Martellus Bennett, man. He's caught every single pass since this guy. Shout out to Martellus Bennett, man. A great tight end. He's caught every pass this year that I've seen. So yeah, man, Martellus Bennett is just doing his job, doing his thing, man. Like I said, he looks really slow. Like, I'm talking slower than Brady type slow when he gets it. But we've thrown to him 6 times. He's caught it 6 times. We got 17 people here. That's what I'm talking about. We've thrown it to Marty B 6 times. He's caught it 6 times. So he's caught every pass that we've thrown to him. I don't know what's going on in Green Bay, but I don't know. He probably is out of shape, man. He looks really slow running the football, like when he gets the football. But, just use him in the flat, drag routes, just catch it, get a couple yards, do what Jason Witten does, just a couple yards, and then, get tackled, get out of bounds, and keep him moving and block. So if I had to do tight ends again, Gronkowski had a good penalty because they couldn't contain it, which led to a touchdown later that drive. So I'm gonna have to give the tight ends just a C+. Nothing major. Actually, a B-, nothing major. They did have an impact on the game, like Dwayne Allen. He recovered the fumble, kept us in field goal, and let us get a score. So I'm okay with it. Now, moving on to this defense, though. Oh boy, this defense. Wait. Okay, yeah, I do remember that. All right, this defense. Defensive line. Trey Flowers was getting pressure, had half a sack today. We only had 1 sack today, really. It was half a sack. Trey Flowers got some pressure. The defensive line did okay. Again, C+. That's kind of our weak point, if I had to say, on defense. Our defensive line doesn't do much. Ricky John Francois made a couple impact plays. Again, these guys didn't do too much. C+, B- is the same grade the grade I would give them, just because they didn't really let anything bad happen to them. Marshawn Lynch did get a couple good runs off, but they pretty much held the running game in check once we got up by a lot and just made sure we pressured Derek Carr enough. Almost called him David. Pressured him enough where he didn't have all day to throw. He did have all day to throw a couple times, but that's either near or there. Moving on to these linebackers, man. Kyle Van Noy, like I said in my video about him, he's going to have to step up into the high tie role, and he's done that. He on the Eddie Lacy dial. Probably is on the Eddie Lacy dial. He needs to start 8-2 guards. Yes, man. He spelled different wrong, but I'm gonna let it slide. So I'm gonna let it slide, Josh. I like you. I like you. 21 people in here, bro. Like, really, bro. Shout out to all y'all, man. 21 people in here, man. Shout out to y'all. But yeah, it's been a totally different defense since that first month. And I always said this, man. Like, this defense, and I called it. I said what this defense probably will end up being if it becomes good. Once we started playing bad, I said we can play bad. We just can't give up points. And what this defense has done in the past month is bend but don't break. Literally, we are dead last this year in yards allowed. But guess what? We're like middle of the pack now in points allowed. Like, you get down to the 30 to red zone, but we force you to kick a field goal. And you're not going to beat us kicking field goals because Tom Brady's going to get touchdowns and you kicking field goals. Next thing you know, it's 21-6. Now you got to score. Now you got to throw the football down the field. Now we get these turnovers. Now it's game over, ball game. And that's pretty much what we've been doing this year. This defense, as I said, the first month when we had our struggles, I kept saying it's looking bad. But this defense has to step up. And I said the defense steps up. And I wasn't going to overreact to how they were the first month. I said it's the first month of the season. We have new pieces. Then, we had injuries. Hightower in and out the lineup. Stephon Gilmore hurt. Malcolm Butler still trying to get his contract. He's in a move because he never got his contract. I said week 10, how they look versus the Broncos, I would judge them. And week 10, last week, I said that's the defense that you're going to get. You want to get the defense that's going to give up yardage. You're going to get the defense that's going to make big-time plays. And that's what they're doing this year. That's what they did today. They gave up some yardage, but they made big-time plays. Like, for instance, going into the second half, they driving down the field, right? They in the red zone. The Raiders are looking good. So when they get a first down, they better be inside the 10-yard line. And we forced a fumble. Shout out to who was that? Let me look it up. That was what's his face? Who forced it? Dang, they don't say who forced the fumble on here. They don't say who forced the fumble. That's crazy. But yeah, Patrick Trump recovered it, man. Seth Roberts fumbled it. I don't know who forced it, but Seth Roberts recovered it, man. And this defense is literally gonna be bend but don't break. Yeah, man. The GOAT doing MVP stuff. MVP really should go to Tom Brady every year because he just does what he does. But at this point, it's the LeBron syndrome. If you got to change sports a little bit, it's just they do this on a daily, and we're just tired of seeing a pass for nothing. No, we did give him a good game. We gave him a good game for us. Like you saw they was training for Brady and all that. Yeah, Chung recovered it, boss. But it might have been Jonathan Jones who forced it. I can't remember who did it. Getting takeaways, not turning the ball over, great red zone. This team is really chipping. Well, yeah, man, like I said, that's why when people were saying after we lost to the Chiefs opening night, I was like, okay. We almost lost to we beat the Saints. And then people want to say, it's just the Saints. We know the Saints have a bad defense. And look at the Saints defense now. But I digress. That's earlier in the year. You don't know. Like this first month, and people said this right, and that's why I started to learn. The first month of the season is like an extension of really the preseason for these starters, because starters don't play in the preseason. So the first month is preseason. So, once we lost to the Panthers, I said, okay, this defense, it's playing like trash right now. Has to improve. And since that game, it has did a complete 180. It has, again, the Jets game was a struggle. They played better. And each week, that's the thing, though. They've been playing better. It's just they're finally clicking. And I love that this defense is clicking right now, man, at the right time. If only Hightower was here, this would be perfect. But Stephon Gilmore seems to found his niche a little bit. Malcolm Butler seems to go into doing his good things. Devin McCourty, now he's commanding the defense more. I'm looking at the replay now. Who was that? Jonathan, I can't think of his name. What's his name? Wow. It was some Johnson guy. I gotta look up his name because I just know his name is Johnson. Where is it at? I know it's Johnson. I can't think of his first name. Where's it at? Oh, so he's not on here? Wow, he's not on here. That's crazy. That is really crazy that he's not on here. Oh, I said John. Okay, I know who it is. I know who it was. Bet I got it. It was Flowers. That's who did it. It was Flowers. That's who it was. It was Markel Flowers. Who forced the fumble? Marquise Flowers, I should say. I read it. Yeah, he forced the fumble. And Chung recovered it. Jones was on the tackle though. So, but yeah, man, this defense is clicking. If we can keep this up, Bama don't break, we'll be perfectly fine. But like I said, linebackers, moving on to linebackers as I got sidechecked as Calvin Noy, Markel Flowers, he forced the fumble. Landon Robinson. The linebackers played great, man. I'm gonna have to get the linebackers a B+, man. They played great. I'm sorry, an A, because Markel Flowers, do we classify him as a linebacker? I think because he's like a DN linebacker type thing. We gonna call him an outside linebacker. He a linebacker. So I'm giving him the defense an A because he forced the fumble. Calvin Noy got to have a sack, man. And we was on lockdown the whole time, man. Lockdown, shut him down. And yeah, man. And I skipped on the offense. I skipped the offensive line like crazy. Offensive line, I'm giving him a B+. Khalil Mack, they held him in check. He did get a couple shots on Brady. That one roughing the passer call, I will say, wasn't roughing the passer because he did wrap up on it. Even though he went low, and I got a little bit scared. I ain't gonna show you, I was a little little scared. How do you feel about Gilmore this game? Thought he played physically, and actually, you know what, fellows? You know what I'm saying? I was actually really about to get into the cornerbacks. And since you brought up Gilmore, we'll talk about him first. Cornerbacks this game, man. Let me read his comment again. He said he thought Gilmore played physical, didn't really get any flags. And there were a few that were certainly close. Yeah, they were in the end zone. Yeah, he did, but he wasn't blowing any coverage. That pretty much was going to describe how I did it. He played great today. The catches he allowed, he was right there, wrapped them up, and that's what I like about Butler. That's what I want my cornerbacks to do. If you want to give up the catch, okay, whatever, you gave up the catch, but make sure they don't get that extra yards, and that's what he did. And even the catches that he gave up today, they were only like 1 or 2 yard plays. Like he even got one that was like at the line of scrimmage. I remember the one in the end zone. You know, he got to turn his head around. Look for the ball. He did have one in the end zone that I thought they was going to call holding or pass interference on, and he did get away with that. But he's been playing pretty well, man. He did a pretty good job. China said 10-6 playoffs. Who's he talking about? Right. Oh, you're a Raider fan. Oh, okay. Oh man, I'm sorry. I was really confused. I was like 10-6. Who going 10-6? But yeah, if y'all go 10-6, I mean y'all definitely gonna go in the playoffs. But yeah, we did play good, man. Like I said, GG China. You know, I only had nothing to slander, man. Let me know how you thought your Raiders did in the chat. You know, we can discuss it. You know, go back and forth. But I felt like yeah, the Pats did a good job on the offensive line. Even when we had our backup right tackle get rolled up left, came back, he was still a little bit hobbled because once he came back, Khalil Mack had a better job of handling him. Even though what the Cowboys should do, watch film, watch today. Every time Gronkowski went out for a route or somebody went out for the route, chip Khalil Mack. Sometimes that didn't even work. Sometimes Khalil Mack still got chipped, still got through. But you just got to double team and try to do something to slow down Khalil Mack. That's what we did the offensive line. But Gilmore, man, played great today. Shout out to him. Shout out to Malcolm Butler, who played a good game. Patrick Chung got hurt, came back. Devin McCourty. I'm sorry, an A. I got ahead of myself because, you know, They let up a garbage time touchdown, so it wasn't perfect. But still, man, they held these boys in check, man. Crabtree, they was going at Crabtree. They kept attacking him. They was airing the football out, man. But these guys, man, this secondary. I said before the season this could be the best secondary, and it had the potential to be the best secondary in the shit. Hold up. You hear me now? Fuck. All right, bet. It's back. Okay, it's back. I don't know what happened. Let me know if it lags again. But I said before the season, this secondary has the potential to be the best secondary in the NFL, and I stick by it. Like it had, like I said, I didn't say it was. I said it has the potential to be the best secondary in the NFL with these guys, with Devin McCourty, All Pro, Malcolm Butler, Pro Bowler, All Pro. You got Stephon Gilmore, who can be a good corner, depending on how we use him, and then Patrick Chung and Deron Harmon, because we kind of use a three safety kind of set now with a little nickel defense. This secondary can be something serious, man. We do have some depth too. And that's the thing with these injuries that we had, that Gilmore had, gave Jonathan Jones confidence. Because now when he's out there for the nickel, I have confidence now in Jonathan Jones. He can do it. Or Badamosi, like Jonathan Jones did his thing today too. So yeah, this secondary is coming together, man. Talk about special teams. Did we punt the ball? We punted the ball only 2 times today. Didn't really matter. They both was pinned in the 20, so I'm gonna have to give him an A. But let's talk about Gostkowski, man. Steven Gostkowski, A+, man. He gets a flat out A+, honey, A+, man. 4 for 4. Not the Wendy's 4 for 4. He went 4 for 4 kicking field goals. He made all those extra points, including a 62-yard field goal, and it had like he kicked that joint right, and I was like, okay, it's online. And then that joint, he could have made us. If it was he could have made that a 70-yard field goal. Like if they said go out and kick a 70-yard field goal, he would have been like secondary. Remember when Oakland was talking the most? Yo, man, it was, man. Philly was too. Hey, let them talk, man. You know, they got to do on the field. Can't say the Patriots lack anything. Great game. Yeah, man, like I said, it's just a lot of things. And Deron Harmon is so underrated. He's so underrated. Like, he's perfect because when Patrick Chung came out, when Patrick Chung got hurt, I was like, we got Deron Harmon. He's good. We'll just have to put in Jones, the bat, and most in a row to figure out. Or if McCourty goes down, knock on wood. If somebody goes down, Deron Harmon can just, be a great backup, a great nickel person, does his role well. Again, Sam, could have kicked the 70-yard field goal. Gostkowski, man, 62-yarder, man, one shy of the record. And I'm guaranteeing that record going to be broken in Mexico. Like, it's a fact. That record going to be broken in Mexico. I want to go back to Mexico, man. Can the Patriots play in Mexico again? Because, like, Brady is the only quarterback, and this is such an obscure stat, and I hate that. But, like I said, United States, England, America, England, Mexico, Canada, Australia, Mars, anywhere. You already know what's going to happen. Tom Brady going to dot you up, and that's what he did. But Steven Gostkowski, man, one of the best kickers, man, in the game right now, top 5. I would never put him over Adam V. Adam V is the GOAT. He is the greatest kicker of all time. But yeah, man, Gilmore, yeah, he's locking up, man. And I wouldn't even say that he's the first option because we have it on a matchup basis. So like quicker guys, you'll see Malcolm Butler on him, and bigger guys, you see Stephon Gilmore on him. So like I say, it's a matchup thing. It's a difference. It's a matchup thing. 3 touchdowns in 3 different countries. Yeah, man, like that is crazy. It's so crazy, man. But the Patriots won this game. Don't have anything else to say. Just a dominant performance. And this is the team that you should look forward to, man. Defense is here. If you're going to watch the Patriot game, remember we're going to be bend but don't break. We're going to give hella yards. I'm letting y'all know right now, especially because if we're up by 20, they're going to have to do the football. So we're going to give up a lot of yards. So don't be discouraged by the yards. And that's what I tell people all the time when you look at the Patriots defense. I say, don't look at the yards. Don't look at the yards that we give up. I always try to look at the points because you can go 80 yards down the field, but if you kick a field goal at the 15-yard line, that's the low key's a failure. You wasted all that time, and so we're middle of the pack. Let me look at our defensive ranks right now. Last time I checked, I think we was like 18. Last time I checked, let's look at it now. Last time I checked, we was 18th, so we were like middle of the pack. That's offense. How do I go to defense on here? So defense, here we go. So look at this. Dead last in giving up yards. 408 yards given up. Dead last. 287 yards per game. Dead last. But 21.7 points per game given up. That's 13th in the league. That's above average. Like, this defense is going to be, and it's been like this in years past. I want to say, was it 2011? Might have been 2011. It probably was 2011. When I think it was 2011 where we had a bend but don't break defense. It was either 2011 or 2012. I can't really remember the year, but we was like dead last in yards, like by a mile, but we was like top 5 in points. So that's how it is. Let's look at some of y'all comments. The offensive line fine. I didn't even realize we were using the backup. I think it's straight. Dante Scarnecchia, man. He came back, and you can tell his change is needed. I think offensive line is getting there. Like, it was just like our defense, how the offensive line was being so bad, and I kept saying the offensive line, the defense, they just need to improve. Like, I don't know if it was that 28-3, and they was feeling themselves, and they just had to get used to it. And that's why I said, I don't really try to judge them on the first week. I got to give them at least half the season. Because once you get to this point, it's kind of hard to change your whole team around. It's kind of hard to be like, okay, this is what sucks, and that's going to change in the last month. So it's kind of hard. Yeah, we never lost in a second Super Bowl. No, but yeah, man, that was 2011. Yeah, the second Super Bowl. Yeah. I always like, hey, so what's 2011? Yeah, we was like dead last in yards, but we was like top 5 in yards given up. But yeah, man. Our offense, man, we have about 6-7 offensive linemen that we just swap out at any time. So it's looking good. Just like our defense, it's not the best, but it is improving. Look at that, Travis Kelce fumbling the football. Won't get that from Gronkowski, but yeah, man. So is Hogan coming back this year? I think he is. I think maybe he's definitely going to be back for the playoffs because it's a shoulder injury. We haven't heard much from him, but I think he will be back probably like December. Definitely the playoffs. I'm pretty sure he'll be back for the playoffs. Pats. Yep, we got Miami on the Miami. Next week might get limited stats. Yeah, you know, I can see Hogan coming back. It's like 17 less than 6. Yeah, man. Am I scared of the Steelers? No. And I tell people all the time, and Money Mitch should be back too. He should be back really soon. I tell people about the Steelers. I don't fear them if they're not at home. If the Steelers are at home, I still don't fear them. But I take them. I take every team serious because it's Sunday, Monday, Thursday, and football. Anybody can be better. But I don't think the Steelers, like it's been proven, the Steelers are not that good on the road. So if we have home field advantage, which we do. We will have that for the game, I believe. Let me double check. We have home field advantage. That's the thing. Everybody always wants to say the Steelers. Oh my God, you gotta watch that for the Steelers. You gotta watch for the Steelers. And again, I understand that. You gotta take them seriously. Actually, they're home this time, so that's gonna be a good ass game. And I understand you gotta take them seriously. But then we beat them, and they're just like, the Steelers don't have a good defense. Oh, their offense is not good. Ben is not that good. Antonio Brown, he brought this. Everybody makes an excuse once we beat the Steelers. So I take them seriously. I always take every team serious. But I'm not scared of the Steelers. To me, only team that can beat us is us, Patriots. You mean underrated? Yeah. Listen. Nick, I'm assuming, is one of the kids' subscribers, and Packer fans are broken. You know, they don't have they're just broken. We all know it's okay. So how am I bandwagon? Because I don't like the Warriors. I don't really watch baseball, so I like that troll. I see the bait. I shall not take it. Their defense is legit this year, though. Although they lost Hayden last week, it's straight. It's straight. I'm not a Spurs fan. I like Tim Duncan. I don't give a fuck about the Spurs anymore. You notice how I don't talk about the Spurs anymore? I don't talk about Tim Duncan anymore. I like the Spurs because Tim Duncan's not on there. I don't give a fuck about them. This is the same way how you're a quote unquote Heat fan, Bulls fan, Marquette fan, what? Sam, don't worry about Kid, man. Like KDG, he's my boy, man. That's my brother from that's the OG, man. That's my boy on his YouTube gaming, all that. That's my brother right there, man. So he just trolling, man. It's all good, man. That's why he's a mom, man, because you know he cool. He trolling. Don't worry about it. If you want to know, I am 20 years old, so you can see if when I became a fan, you can put two and two together. Am I from Boston? No, I'm actually from Maryland. I will not say what part. Actually, I'm from PG County. I don't care. I'm from Maryland. Yeah, from Maryland. What do you know? Like I like the Celtics, man. Once I always like the Celtics. Once I started liking the Patriots, I just like fucking. I might as well like the Celtics too. Yeah, Paul Pierce, fuck with them. So yeah, but Celtics and Patriots. Those are my main two teams. Yeah, Sam. I feel it, man. I just gotta let some people know because some people come in here, they take kids seriously, man. He not doing that, and I tell people all the time, like, y'all can go back and forth with kid. It doesn't offend me, but if y'all talking bad about my man, you will get banned. Like, I don't play that. That's my boy Kid right there. Thought I was from Philly? Nah. I ain't no ED. I do have Philly in my blood though, because my whole mom's side is from Philly, so that might be where you get that from. My whole mom's side's from Philly. I've been there my whole pretty much all the time. Actually, speaking of which, that's where I'm going for Thanksgiving. It's Philly, so like I guess you could say I'm from Philly. I got Philly blood. Boston is nasty right now. Why would you say that, man? I've been to Foxborough 2 times. I've been there 2 times. I did not become a fan of that. We need to picture all the things. Yeah, man, famous. You saw that GIF I put earlier? Like they have a GIF of Brad Stevens, Bill Belichick, and Tom Brady. Like, it's amazing how they got all 3 of them together, and they're in that nice sweater and everything. Again, it's Eagles fan story. Don't you ever say I'm gonna be an Eagles fan? Fuck the Eagles. You know how many times I've been at the cookout function and have to hear about the Eagles, have to hear they're gonna do this, they're gonna do that, and this and that and this. Man, you should see what my uncle be testing me every week now, man. My uncles, I should say, man, it's crazy. I wanted to become a Patriot fan to the Tucker Rule. Hey, man. Tucker Rule, man. It happened. I can't tell you what you can't be a fan of. No, I mean, in a good way as a city or whatever. Oh, yeah, man. The Boston, it's title time, man. Like, all the teams are good except for the Red Sox, essentially. The Bruins, I guess the Bruins are good. I don't pay attention to hockey. But I'm just talking about football and basketball, you know. The Celtics is doing good. Listen, oh, special. He was in Baltimore. Oh, hell no! You should have told me first. I would have told you don't go to Baltimore, bro. Why was you in Baltimore? I would have told you don't go to Baltimore. Just downtown. Oh yeah, it was a GG. Hell yeah, it was a GG. The second you step foot in Baltimore, bro, you was about to get robbed, shot, crackheads. Oh man, it was a GG. Yeah, man. The Philly fans, they are toxic, man. I'll tell you that right now. What is Thanksgiving actually, by the way? I'm from Australia. Oh, okay. So basically, Thanksgiving is basically when people come around, eat food, like, you know, ham stuff. They're supposed to be celebrating like when the Indians and all that stuff came in. But it's mainly just a big feast where we eat, watch football, and go to sleep. Pretty much it. Just being, you know, fat, lazy Americans. That's pretty much the basis of things. I don't know, like the origin, you know, the Indians and the Pilgrims met, you know, sharing the land or whatever. That's their origin. But to be honest, Thanksgiving is just people just eating, watching football, going to sleep. Pretty much it. Oh no. Okay, what are we doing here, fans? I got family all the way out the Eastern Suburbs. We're going watching it and all this, brother. Bro, man. The Wire is filming in Baltimore. The Wire, they filmed that in Baltimore, so you know, and they got legit crackheads on the joint, so you already know that joint be lit. Yeah, downtown Baltimore, man. Don't go there after once it turns like. Actually, don't go to downtown Baltimore at all if you can avoid it. It smells like fucking ass. It is, man. Listen, all right. Let's see what else we got. Yeah, man, it's fun, man. Like I said, you should try it. It's I got kid triggered. I got kid like he got a kid. Oh man. Either. Oh man. Oh man. Well. Oh man! All right, so that's pretty much ended. Damn, we went 42 minutes. Actually, I can't end it because I'm trying to talk about. I was trying to talk about the Patriots schedule, and we got into these questions, man. I appreciate these questions though. So let's talk about the rest of these schedules because the Cowboy Philly game's coming up, and I know you guys want to go watch that. I want to see that just because Twitter's about to be lit. All these Cowboy fans, I can't wait. Panicking Cowboy fans. Next game is Miami, the Dolphins. We face them in New England, though, so you know we back in New England is good. But we have 6 games left, 8-2, and 5 of the 6 games is division opponents. We only played the Jets early this year. That was our only divisional game. So, I mean, this stretch is going to be difficult. People might say it's an easy stretch of games, but if you know football, you already know divisional games. They're different from everything else. So we have the Dolphins in New England. I expect us to win that game. At Buffalo, that's going to be a tricky game. I feel like we should win that game. At Miami for Monday night, I feel like we're going to win that game. You know, Brady sometimes struggles in Miami, but that's like week 17. But Monday night, I feel like we can beat them. At the Steelers is definitely the most challenging game left on the schedule, and that game pretty much is going to decide a home field advantage essentially. Then we have the Bills in New England. I feel like we can win that, and the Jets in New England. I feel like we can win that as well, depending on if we're starting Brady or not. It depends how we are doing there. But yeah, 5 of his last 6 games. It looks easy, but again, I never take any team for granted, especially in this division. This is a divisional game, and like anything can happen. Like you see the Rams, who aren't that good, give Seattle games. So yeah. Yo. Wait, do you think we're going to draft a quarterback? Maybe, potentially. If this quarterback guy's supposed to be deep. Yeah, I was looking at a job in Baltimore. It seemed interesting, but I'm like 2,000 miles away. We have titles. Nah. Y'all have a good one. All right, Randy. Appreciate it, man. Yeah, I'm going to head out here. Pat's hit it. Come on, Ryan. GG's, man. Like, I can't. GG's, man. Conquer Denver this year. Brady going to conquer Miami too. Hey, right. Gang lit. We conquering demons this year. Boston better. What do you mean 2 titles since the 80s? Boy, you better stop. Boy, stop. Oh, man. But, yeah, facts. Exactly. Packers supposed to be title. Boy, y'all only had 2 titles. You know, overrated Aaron Rodgers can't get to the Super Bowl. Only one time. You know, we've been to Super Bowls. Plural. Singular. Yeah. 13 titles. How many of those have you seen, kid? How many of those were you alive for? How many? Nick, tell me how many of those you were alive for, though. You said 13 titles. How many of those you were alive for? I want to know. We talking Title Town. I want to know. How many of those were you alive for? How many have you seen? All right, white famous. Like, I want to know how many have you seen? Because if we going off of Title Town, no, how many have you seen? Because famous, if we going off of Title Town, then shit, let's talk about Bill Russell's titles. Then if we talk about Title Town, exactly. Right? Stop it. Right? Facts. All these teams, you see them: Bruins, Red Sox, Celtics, and the Patriots, all won titles in this past decade. Boy, stop. Stop it. And they just trolling, man. They just trolling. You know, they're broken. Packer fans, y'all Packer fans are just broken. Y'all broken. And it's pathetic. It's sad. It's pathetic. It's trash. But yeah. Oh man. Hey, when you upload a picture of you in Milwaukee and whatever arena you in, I'll upload a picture of the TD Garden. Bet. Facts. Let's get it. So yeah, man. 46 minutes. Again, this game's about to come on. If again, crush the Raiders. Did our job. Everybody did their job. Good game. Good team win. Great team win. Everybody all around. MVP, if I had to get to this game, is I'm gonna give it to Stephen Gostkowski, man. Made all his field goals, made a 62-yarder, man. Gotta give it to Gostkowski, man. Can't always give it to Brady every time. Pays the trash party. Yeah, they were trash party to Belichick, just like I got trash, including never mind. Great string, great. Gotta go to Curly's. Yeah, man. I'm gonna be out for the next one too, man. I'm gonna stop the stream. But yeah, appreciate y'all, man. And I will catch you all later. Again, we've been streaming for 47 minutes. That's probably the longest I streamed for this. Shout out to everybody coming through. Be sure to like, subscribe, comment, all that great stuff. Raiders fans, sorry beat y'all. No love lost. GG's. But don't forget to tuck the room. All right, catch you later. Peace.